afternoon, everybody. My name is Helen. Nowadays, the space industry is getting more and more attention. So today, let's find out how humans began exploring space. Table of contents. First, we'll find out what exactly is the space race. Then, a few basic facts about the International Space Station, or the ISS. Then, a quick overlook of the new space race, which is happening right now, and a few notable events that went down in history, followed by a quiz to finish my presentation. With the future of exploration. The space race. The space race is a 20th century competition between the US and the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union and the US are Cold War rivals, and the Cold War is a period of geopolitical tension between the two countries. It started in 1947, which is 2 years after the end of the World War II, and lasted until the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. Its origin was a nuclear arms race during the Second World War, and its peak was the moon race to land on the moon. Next, the ISS. The ISS is a multi-nation project with the countries of Europe, the US, Russia, Canada, and Japan participating. It is also the largest single man-made structure in space, and it was built from 1998 to 2011. It was taken into space piece by piece and built in orbit, and about 250 individuals from 20 countries have visited. It is 356 feet long, which is about the length of a soccer field, which is 344 feet long, and it circles the Earth once in 90 minutes. Its crew is typically made of 7 people with a mission period of 6 months, and they conduct science experiments and maintain the space station. Next, the new space race. The new space race is a space race that is happening between the US and China. The Chinese space program is one of the most active space programs in the world. The Chang'e 6 is a robotic spacecraft which was sent on a round trip to the moon's far side on May 3, 2024 on a 53-day journey. Its mission was to bring back samples from the far side to help us understand more about the moon's history, like for example why the far side is so different from the side that is visible to us. Its target was the South Pole Aitken or SPA basin. This is the Chang'e 6 and this is the ISS. Notable events. In 1957, the Russian spacecraft Sputnik became the first satellite to be sent into space, and in 1961, the Russian astronaut Yuri Gagarin became the first man in space. In 1962, Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman in space and was also Russian. In 1966, the Luna 9 was the first satellite that successfully landed on the moon. And this is an event that most of you will know, but in 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon on Apollo 11. In 1983, Sally Ride became the first American woman in space on the Challenger's second mission. And in 1990, the Space Shuttle Discovery deployed the Hubble Space Telescope, which is a telescope And in 2001, American Dennis Tito became the first tourist in space after paying the Russian Space Agency $200 million, which was about 27 billion won at that time. And in 2012, the Mars rover Curiosity successfully landed on the moon. This is the Sputnik. This is the Mars rover Curiosity, and this is a picture of Neil Armstrong on his first moonwalk. The future of space exploration. Missions to the moon and Mars to establish outposts to enable permanent and self-sufficient settlements will happen, and the establishment of mining and fueling outposts in the asteroid belt and exploration outside the solar system will be robotic in the near future. Also, the use of high-level automated systems to help astronauts, like AI flight advisors, are estimated. Now, 2 quizzes to finish my presentation. Number 1, who was the first person to land on the moon? Neil Armstrong? Yes, the first person to to land on the moon was Neil Armstrong. And the second, the new space race, not the old one, was between what countries?
The US and China.
Oh, that's correct. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the first men to land on the moon, and the new space race was between US and China. I was inspired by Jenny's presentation and put in this quote. That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind, by Neil Armstrong. Because of climate change and pollution, space exploration and colonization will be an important part of humanity's future. I hope this presentation was a chance for you to get to know a little bit more about this important field. Thank you for listening.